not walking on one foot and you know, struggling. But how different is it? It's a bit of a different feel. Like to think we learned a lot from last year, and we're maybe in a better situation. But at the end of the day, it's still third round, same spot.
What's different, if you don't mind asking? Like, how is it different?
Well, scratching and clawing to get in is just a bit of a different feel, right? Being in and, you know, getting to this point is just different. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, scratching and clawing is probably the main thing.
Go front left.
First off, for Anton, just you've been playing on lines, bouncing back and forth. You played with Tkachuk and Verhaeghe a good bit this year. You got back with them at the end of Game 6. What is it like playing with both of them, and how much do they help your game, and how much do you think you can help their game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they're both unreal players and players who can step up when the team really needs and score goals as well. But I'm just trying to do everything I can to help them, help our line to be successful and help the team to win. But obviously, they're great players, and I feel like I'm doing everything I can to help them, and obviously they try to help me as well. But feels like we found each other very well on the ice, and there's some chemistry for sure.
The right side there, Greg.
Aaron, you started with this franchise in 2014, and everything's different, right? The uniforms are different. You guys had much different expectations than you do now. And I was wondering, from your perspective, like, to go from where it was when you joined them to now where the expectation is that the Panthers play for championships, what does that mean to you?
It's pretty freaking cool. It was a long time coming. It wasn't easy those first few years, and there was a lot of learning and growing, and the experiences of, you know, new GMs and new coaches, and that revolving door was tough, right? You're trying to learn as a young player in this league, and I had a lot of great mentors along the way, and the fact that we're at this point now where the expectations to make the playoffs and the expectation is to challenge for a championship, it's a really cool thing. It's a cool feeling, and it's really fun to be a part of. I'm so happy to have been through kind of it all with the franchise.
Another one for Aaron. Obviously, you and Gustav both grow individually, but as a pair, how have you kind of seen that pair evolve over the last maybe 2 years? And just how much do you relish moments like this in the playoffs where you two are tasked with shutting down opposing teams' top players?
Yeah, I mean, how lucky am I? I get to play with one of the best players, one of the best defensemen in the league. I count my blessings every day that I'm in that position where I get to play with him. So, how great is it that we get to go out and try and play against the other team's best line every night? That's a huge challenge, and it's a lot of fun, and we embrace it together. How have we grown over the last few years? Just he's easy to communicate with. He does his job extremely well. So I mean, it's very easy to kind of come together and make plays and do things the way we do it.
Left side, second row.
One for Anton. You've had a great opportunity here to play now 41 playoff games at just 22 years old. How much have you grown your game, and what are the biggest areas you feel like your game has evolved, having played that many playoff games at such a young age so early in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every year, every game you learn something. You know, my first playoff, I had no idea what to expect, and last year going from the start all the way to the finals, it was huge for me, and I think huge for the team as well. I learned so much about the whole process, about different momentums in series, you know, down 3-1 or up 3-0, you know, like nothing should change, but it's something I guess I learned going through it, and now I feel way more confident and way more ready to play these games.
Left side, second row, Sean.
Anton, I'm curious when you first became aware of Madison Square Garden and what it means to play in that building.
Well, you always hear about the legendary Madison Square Garden in the Big Apple here, so I can't remember when I first heard about it, but growing up, you know, obviously I watched hockey a lot and saw the building, and playing in New York just seemed so cool, and came actually here with my family on vacation when I was like 13 years old or something, and we had a tour in Madison Square Garden and just walked around it, and that was the first time I actually understood that it's a pretty awesome arena and a lot has happened there, so can't wait to play soon there.
Front right, Mike.
Aaron, Paul was saying the other day that just because the Rangers are a team that you haven't faced in the playoffs before, that the pre-scouting might be a little more extensive, more videos. Have you felt that the last couple days, and is there an excitement going into a playoff series against a team that you haven't experienced yet?
Yeah, I mean, experienced them for the last 10 years in the regular season. A lot of similar personnel, obviously some different personnel in certain areas, but we're about to go do some more video in the next 10 minutes when you guys are done with us. So is it more intensive than any other series? I mean, not so much. We have an idea of how they play, and I imagine they're not going to be changing it for us.
There are no more, or one more question.
Sorry.
Anton, real quick, you obviously have played two great goaltenders so far in these playoffs. Is there anything unique to trying to score on Igor Shesterkin?
I mean, we all know he's one of the best, but it's at this point, every team has a great goaltender. We just need to find a way to score goals and get traffic, and I feel like probably same recipe. Just get in front of him, make it hard for him to see pucks, and when you do that enough, at some point it's gonna start going in. But we know he's great, and it's a good challenge for us for sure.